Right, people still filing in. We'll go ahead and get started here and we'll dive into Cloud Studio in just a second. Again, my name is Ryan Dosen, Director of Sales here at Host Merchant. Thanks so much for joining us. I see a lot of familiar faces in here. Appreciate you guys being here. Also joined by Eric. He's going to, as usual, be here to help with questions and stuff as we go through. So if you have any questions along the way while I'm talking, feel free to go ahead and type them in, and Eric will do his best to answer them while we're going. We may have a little bit of time for Q&A at the end. And of course, again, remember especially when it comes to the Cloud Manager products like the one we're going to highlight today, these are products where we're going to be here to help demo these. I've had many of you reach out to me. Probably need a refresher as well, where we'll actually sit down kind of one-on-one. We'll do a screen share. We'll actually go through the software and answer any questions you have so that you can pitch it to your merchants out there. And then obviously we've been part of the pitches many times too. You're able to go onto my calendar. You're able to book some time on there with your potential client, the merchant, yourself, and me, where I'll get on and I'll help you guys sell the software to them. So anyway, ton of value here. Before we get into that, again, here at Host Merchant, your success as independent sales agents is our number one priority. We're committed to providing you and your merchants with exceptional, best-in-class support. All the review sites online agree that that's exactly what we deliver. Dedicated guidance, fast responses, real solutions, so that you can get your deals signed, so that your merchants are happy and stay with us for a long time. Here with Host, you enjoy a fairly unmatched selection of different payment technologies, not just the software, but physical devices from Valor, Deja Vu, Ingenico, Swipe Simple, and more. Ton of different softwares and gateways available to you as well to basically fit any need that your clients do have. And again, we're very proud of the Cloud Manager Suite. We've done a lot of rollouts, especially over the past few months. One of our first rollouts was actually the software that we're going to talk about today. Many of you haven't seen it in a while. It's definitely much improved, and there's a lot more there to offer your merchants and to get them excited about. So, and again, just an additional benefit with regard to our software is that we're able to help make it what it needs to be. We have our own in-house software team headed by one of my good friends, Eric Katz. We actually just got out of our weekly product onboarding meeting, right? And during that meeting, we actually pass your all's feedback, the feedback from you and your merchants, to the software team. And they're on a weekly basis, they're rolling out updates. We're especially the people that are adopting now, they're able to be very influential in the direction of the software. One of the benefits to your merchants that actually decide to adopt the Cloud Manager Suite now is that our software team actually takes individual requests from merchants. And if it makes sense, not just for that merchant, but for others, we actually put that on front burner and we're actually able to kind of make the software exactly what you and your merchants actually want it to be, right? So kind of almost as a thank you for relative early adoption. Again, the software has been in use for a long time. It's been in use. Many of these have been in use for well over a year now. We're taking feedback from some of those earlier adopters, and they're literally getting the exact things that they're looking for built into the software by our awesome team. So again, we're going to talk a lot more about it, but just in general, another general benefit to the software that many of you are aware of because your merchants are using it already, you know that not only is your feedback being heard, but you're actually getting the exact features that your merchants want built into the software. So it's a really cool thing. Anyway, all right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in here and talk a little bit about Cloud Studio Manager and what's kind of different now and what's updated and maybe a few things that are right around the corner as well. So let me share my screen here. Share. Right. And then let's move my face here. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay. All right, again, so A little bit of a different title this week. And this we decided to include it as part of the Sales Trenches series. So the Sales Trenches, many of you have been here for just about every episode of it and appreciate that. Try to deliver a ton of value to you all there. The goal of the Sales Trenches series, again, you can see solution-based selling in the real world. Our goal here is to give you guys the tools, the answers, the information that you need to win deals in the moment, right? When you're out there in the trenches trying to win deals, trying to convince, you know, busy business owners to listen to you and to hear how you can make their lives better. What's the information that you need to be able to communicate to them? How do you need to communicate it to them to get them to listen so that you can help them, right? And of course, so that you can win more business. But again, there's many reasons why, especially with the Cloud Manager Suite, why this is a win-win for everyone. There's a ton of value being added to these merchants that are adopting. They're avoiding significant SaaS fees. A lot of them are paying significant fees every month to software companies, and those fees keep going up and up and up and up and up over time. This software is still free for early adopters forever. Okay, free in terms of that annual or that monthly. There's no annual or monthly fees for the software itself. There are fees like any payment processing account. If they sign up a payment processing account, a merchant account with Host, there are some fees just to keep those accounts live and on board. Okay, but in terms of the software itself, and again, your clients and merchants have been paying for the software in addition to payment processing. There's going to be a lot of savings on their part, and people are generally very happy. Now, again, back to Cloud Studio Manager. Again, this isn't the Cloud Studio Manager that you were pitched last year or even last quarter. The software team, with the help of AI, is rolling out updates much, 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 much faster than they were over a year ago. So again, the updates were slower in the past. We're getting feedback and making changes in a week or two now. So again, Eric and his team have really, really hit the hyperdrive in terms of updates, and so things are improving fast. All right, so might be overselling it a little bit, but the version you're describing to merchants maybe now when you've been having, or maybe last week when you were having those conversations with them, well, maybe it kind of exists, but it doesn't really exist because the software is a lot better and it can do a whole lot more things. It may exist, but it's significantly improved, right? It's been moving really fast across 3 releases just over the past few months. It's full front of house platform. Okay. Again, most of you all haven't seen it, and especially in its updated form. And I just wanted to take a chance here to kind of highlight some of the things that are different and better now. All right, so a few things for us to look at today. We've got online booking, reviews and reputation, sign up and e-sign, loyalty, email marketing, promo codes, and the ability to kind of split payments. And one thing that's not even really mentioned on here is kind of like the open tab functionality. Okay, so a lot of these type of businesses are going to want to, like a gym. If we're gonna talk about a gym, a lot of times the gym will have, a smoothie bar or something like that where people can buy things. You're going to have now the ability, if you've got a gym that has something like that, they're going to be able to actually create tabs, and build out the ability separately to have people eating, eating there and being charged separately for their tabs. All right. All right. So first of all, online booking. Okay. So what's new? The clients are gonna, they're able to browse services, pick a provider, and book with no login. Also, there is improved kind of like class signups. Okay. So right now, it's handled in a couple of different places, but it's still very easy. So I want to go ahead and share my screen here. So in this is what Cloud Studio Manager looks like now. By the way, this may look a little bit new for a lot of you because it has undergone a facelift in, kind of the recent past. Okay, so we feel like it definitely looks a lot better now. This is what the dashboard looks like. You're still able to see revenue, total members, schedules, classes that are coming up, payments, declined payments, customer distribution, recent payments that have been made, payment failures. Okay. A lot of that stuff is new. It's just, or a lot of that stuff is maybe a little bit of a reskin of what was there before. But again, we feel like it's looking better and it's looking a lot more streamlined. I want to highlight. So this right here, um, there's different ways that there's different types of things within Cloud Studio Manager that you can program in, right? So you can have classes, class packs. Okay. Many gyms will have those. There are also services. Okay. So again, when we're thinking gyms, like a class might be kind of like a daily, a daily CrossFit class or a daily, Pilates class or something. Okay. The gym will usually also have specific services that can be booked kind of like by individuals, right? So, for instance, a gym might have classes, but then maybe you want like a one-on-one, with a personal trainer. Okay. Or in this case, this particular test account, it's got like a golf simulator or a golf simulator with coaching. Okay, so this right here, this is a unique link that is provided to you within the settings. Okay, and again, I want to come on over here really fast. If you take a look, you got under these dots, you've got a significant boost in things within the settings, and this is a lot of stuff that's been built out on the back end. Okay. Back here is where you will find the link to your services page. So once the services have been built out, you're able to share this on a website, just a quick link for someone to go and book and pay for a specific service. And again, we're talking gyms right now. Remember, Cloud Studio Manager is not just for gyms, right? It's for facilities that are going to require a lot of the things that gyms would require. So again, hair salons, can be a fit. I mentioned this in the past. We've got a hazmat training company, okay? Where people have to go to get certifications. They have classes that need to have a certain number of people in them that get booked onto a calendar. So any sort of service, any sort of business that has services or classes that uh, people are going to sign up for that need to be put onto a calendar that's going to get managed. Those are the types of businesses that are going to use Cloud Studio Manager. And again, maybe the most typical user is going to be something like a gym or a yoga studio. Okay, so this link can be put on social media, can be put on like a link tree, link page. Last week we did, or a couple weeks ago, we did a feature on Cloud Booking Manager. Okay, and with Cloud Booking Manager, you actually have the ability to get rid of your expensive link tree account, and you're able to create one link that's going to provide access to a bunch of different links from, schedules to actually booking a class, right? So you can use your Cloud Booking Manager account to have the link for your website for people to find information about your company and about your services, and then actually book a specific thing right there, a specific service. I want to do a personal training session, with the Incredible Hulk. Okay, so that stuff's able to be in here. Okay, so we're not going to go through all of this, but you can see you've got service, who are you booking with, when is the date and time, confirmation, how are you going to pay for it, and then confirmation that it's actually been booked. All right, so this is one way to book services within Cloud Studio Manager. Now I'm going to stop share and I'm going to share something else. Actually, I'm just going to share something else. I need to share my entire screen really fast. All right, so now over here, I went in for this particular gym. I created myself like a personal account, right? So like a gym user. Okay. So when your gym has, and again, I say gym, it doesn't have to be a gym, but when your merchant or your business has clients, they're able to have a login where they can go in and they can book services. Okay. So this right here, this is the dashboard right here. When I get logged in, I'm able to see everything that I'm doing. Okay. If I scroll down, well, first of all, over here on the right, I'm able to see I've already booked dodgeball for 11 a.m. on Monday the 8th. Okay. So I can figure out which classes I've already been booked for. Okay. I have a 20 class pack as well. So that lets me know where I am in terms of the number of classes I have remaining before I need to buy another block of classes. Okay. I can book appointments, I can view leaderboards, I can view a calendar, I can track progress, or maybe even easier, like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I want to make sure I get in for, Saturday's class. Let me move this out of the way. I can come here and I can say, okay, I want to book for tomorrow's dodgeball class. Okay. And nobody's enrolled yet because no one wants to get go up against the Incredible Hulk for dodgeball. But I can sign up right there and I've successfully signed up. Okay. So again, I can see I've got dodgeball here. And if he doesn't kill me, I got dodgeball again on Monday. All right. So cool stuff. So again, there's a couple of different ways for people to do bookings. Um, Everyone's going to have their own account where they're able to go in, they're able to see, if they're tracking their workouts, they're able to get their stats in here in terms of how many workouts they've done. 14 workouts in a week's a lot, but um, we're doing 2 a days because we're trying to get back in shape for the last little bit of summer. I think I need to do that too. Anyway, so this is a brief look at what the merchants' clients would be seeing in terms of their login, how they book classes, and then if they want to actually book an individual service, there's the other link that I shared just a second ago right here. And I think you can still see this. Um, you can book your services in here. All right. So that's a little bit about the online booking portal. Um, Not going to take a deep dive into this one, but again, there is a feature in here for uh, baked in customer reviews. So a lot of your merchants may be using a service called Booksy or something like that. That's going to follow up with people after bookings, to get client reviews. On the back end of Cloud Studio Manager, there's a dashboard in there where you're able to take a look at your reviews. Let me see if I can actually pull that up really fast. So if we come over here to engagement, we're able to see reviews. And again, we haven't done any reviews, fictional business here. But again, this is where the system's going to keep track of the reviews. And again, pending, you're talking about requests have gone out for reviews, but the reviews haven't come back in. You can follow up with people there. Okay. So very cool. Their reviews are obviously super, super important nowadays with businesses where most people are going to research a business online before they actually go check it out. Member Signup Wizard and e-sign. So just a little bit about this. I'm not going to take a deep dive on this one either due to time constraints. But again, in the past, signing a member up, it was a little bit cumbersome. Like you had to go in and you had to put everything into a little field. It was also limited. You were able to put the members' information in, but you weren't able to also go from, okay, I've created them, and then it flows into, okay, well, what services are they going to sign up for, or what class packs are they going to sign up for? Okay, so it's more of a fully integrated wizard sign up for new members, that makes a little bit more sense, right? So it was a bit disjointed in the past. We sign up a member, we exit, then we go in and we select the class pack for them, right? Boom. And then we go select when the classes that they're going to sign up for. Whereas now it's more of a wizard flow, so we had gotten some feedback from you all and from your merchants about how the sign up experience was maybe a bit it just didn't have a natural flow to it, right? And so we worked hard to kind of make more of a flow to it, and this is going to continue to improve. Loyalty. Okay, so points and rewards engine. All right, so points can be earned at checkout, posted, once the cards have been authorized. You can set things up for like automatic birthday bonuses. Member rewards, they can view their balance and redemption. Okay, how do we sell this? Well, obviously, I think we've done a lot of conversations here in our videos over the past year or so about the benefits of creating sticky solutions, right? And sticky solutions that are also going to help the business do more business. Loyalty programs do that. Loyalty programs typically, a lot of you have merchants that are paying a lot extra for, loyalty programs. Okay. So what did we do? Well, we built in a loyalty system that's continuing to improve, but it is active right now. So paid loyalty, add-ons and punch card apps, those are a big thing, and that's something that we've been encouraging here at Host for a long time to help you keep your merchants kind of, I don't want to say stuck, but again, keep them loyal, keep their customers loyal, but keep them loyal to us because having created this great ecosystem that works really well, provides a ton of value and stickiness for their clients, makes them sticky with us and staying with us for a long time. So again, in here, loyalty rewards. So again, right now I went ahead and registered myself. Okay. And I've earned a few points here as a new member, and then I think I spent $4 on something. But again, you've got toggle on, toggle off for whether the program's active, and you're able to come in here. You're able to set, okay, on their birthday, I want to give them a certain number of points. On a first visit, I want to give them a certain number of points. If they do an approved review, more points. If they give an actual referral, even more points. Okay. Points per dollar, redemption value, minimum points to redeem, points expiry. Okay. So this is stuff that you all have merchants paying for. It's built in here now. Okay. Really, really cool system that a lot of people have been asking for, a lot of people have been paying for with other solutions, and now it's built in here as well. So that's yet another value add or savings you're able to bring to your merchants. Engagement Hub, built-in email marketing. So you all have the emailing from Cloud Studio Manager and some of the other Cloud Manager products. Again, it's been very one-off. We've not had the ability to create campaigns, like entire campaigns. Like, for instance, let's say you want, and this is feedback we've gotten a lot in the gym space. I was meeting with a gym 6 to 9 months ago, and they were saying, oh, well, I use this other software that's much more expensive. Mindbody. It was costing her almost $1,000 a month for Mindbody. And she's like, well, Mindbody has this thing where I really like it. Once they sign up, I'm able to build out a campaign, right? They are the people get a welcome email, and then a couple of days later they have another email and then another email, and where they're able to check in automated style, they're able to check in on their new clients. They're also able to be reminding them about all the benefits of joining. Have you done this yet? Have you gone and taken your free evaluation with, have you done your 30-minute consultation with one of our personal trainers, right? Have you tried, all of the different classes that are available to you, right? So a chance to keep engaged with the clients, be checking in on the clients. This is something that is a very important tool for a lot of businesses that are trying to make sure that they not only get the member, but that they keep the member. A lot of those very expensive solutions have this. This is something that Cloud Studio Manager has now, and it keeps getting better and better. Okay. Promo codes. A lot of you have asked about promo codes. Promo codes are now built in. We're going to be running out of time again, but promo codes, you've got a field here and you're able to add new promo codes. Makes sense. What's the code summer 25 and the discount percentage and how much that is, right? So you're able to create custom codes. That's in here now. And then payments, POS, and a little bit of a deeper dive on kind of open tab. So I want to share this kind of last but not least, but over here in the point of sale area, you now have something new. Okay. You now have the ability to, like we said, actually to create open tabs. Okay, so in this case, the items that are going to be highlighted within the open tab or as options are going to be dictated by what's in the inventory. Okay, so in this case, we have just a test item, and then we have like Gatorade and protein bar and protein powder. Okay, so now if we come back here to point of sale, let's say you've got a little juice bar. I didn't put juice or smoothie. I should have done that for the example, but it's Gatorade, right? So you're able to say, okay, some people are going to sit down at a table. I want to open it here. Who's the member? We're going to say it's, I don't know. We'll say it's me again. Okay. Ryan's here, and Ryan's, let's say he's sitting at table 2, and the assigned staff is Lois Lane is here to serve. And again, there's nothing, maybe no description there, but we're going to open a tab for Ryan. Okay. And then for this tab, we're going to add items, and I sat down with, my wife and myself, and we each got a Gatorade, and we each got a protein bar. Okay, so like $18. All right, so we can add those to the tab. It's there. So we're sitting down. It could be a smoothie, it could be whatever. Okay, we have the ability, you can see, to split, but we're not going to split anything because Mrs. Dawson's not going to want that. And then we're going to, it's all coming from the same place, it doesn't matter. And then we're able to settle up. And in this case, we're not going to enter card information. We'll say Ryan's paying with cash today, and we'll say he left a 20% tip, or we'll say that we'll say Ryan left, we'll say Ryan left a 20% tip, and then he paid. Okay. And Ryan just earned, some more rewards points. Anyway, so again, this is an added feature that a lot of people have been asking for. It's a really cool feature. A lot of gyms and even salons will have something like a juice bar or a snack bar or something like that, where you'll want to do something in tab format, open tab format, as opposed to kind of one-off point of sale style transactions like you would have had to do in the past. Okay. So again, really cool stuff here. I know we're almost out of time. I think I'm still sharing here. Let me go here. So again, the scorecard, what they're paying for now versus what's free in Cloud Studio Manager. Okay. So again, what the merchant pays for today. A lot of them are using Mindbody, Booksy, Vagaro. Okay. And it's now included with Host. Okay. A Reveals a Reputation tool, also built in. Okay. DocuSign and e-signature. You're able to put in the templates. We didn't get to it today, but you're able to put in the templates. And as people are registering, they're able to sign now right in there smoothly. And the documents are kept in the system. Okay. MailChimp and Constant Contact. Many of them are paying for this. We have an engagement hub now for email marketing. Okay. Loyalty and punch card systems. We have our loyalty program with birthday bonuses, separate point of sale systems for things like, open tab style situations. Now we have that in here too. Okay. These are expensive. Okay. And a lot of facilities are going to save a lot of money going forward. Okay. So again, this free software replaces their entire stack for most of these businesses. And then in addition to that, you all are able to bring savings on top, right? Because the payment processing with a lot of these other uh, locked systems is very expensive, right? So just a ton of savings. You're able to bring an offer to these merchants. Again, just things to think of, you know, salons, spas, gym studios, barbershops, med spas. There's been some others. Well, you saw the tutoring company we've talked about in the past. We talked about the training and certification company as well. Those are solutions that will work here too. Okay. Again, I already use Booksy. Yeah, well, you're paying for it. Have a separate email tool. Yeah, you're paying for it, and it's in a separate spot. Okay. No extra subscription. Switching software is a hassle. Well, it rides on processing. You'd be set up anyway, and the booking flow works without your clients ever logging in. Okay. And also switching software. Okay. Is it going to be a little bit of a hassle for anybody to make any sort of move? Of course, but the value that they're getting in return is tremendous. Okay. So recommendations, for the remainder of this week. Go back through your list. Maybe there were some merchants that you felt like Cloud Studio Manager, they weren't ready for it yet, or Cloud Studio Manager wasn't ready for them. Probably is ready for them now. Okay. You're able to lead with software, free software for life. Okay. Um, and again, I'm going to be here to help answer questions, book demos, and help you convert these people. All right. And again, convert, like it almost sounds like selling. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're selling here, but you're more than selling. Like you're going to be bringing a tremendous amount of value. That woman in California at the yoga studio, she's just about across the finish line in terms of transitioning. She was waiting on some of the marketing stuff. She's going to save $1,000 a month now that she's going to be able to move on from Mindbody. All right. Um, Have you converted any Mindbody or Wodify? What is the migration experience like? Customer data, payment data, etc. All right, so good questions. That Mindbody conversion that we were talking about a second ago, that one is not done yet. So no, I can't speak to that one specifically. They will usually offer a data export. So again, our team will help with the data export. They'll help with the data import, right? Your client is going to have to get the export from Mindbody or Wodify. Our team, Eric created a great AI assisted uh, import engine that's going to be able to take whatever spreadsheet, read it, and get the information in there. In terms of payment data, I can't swear to it, but my guess is that it's probably my guess is that the card information is going to have to be re-entered. But don't hold me to that. That's a good question. And probably one that I can maybe get you a better answer once that mind body one is fixed. All right. And it looks like the other questions were up. Yep. Dave's question was answered too. Actually, had a couple of Dave's asking questions there. All right. So, hey, ran a little bit over today. Thank you guys for joining us today. Really excited about this. Reach out to me. Again, I'll pull this up, one more time. You all have my email because you guys registered for this. In my email, if you want to book an appointment, go ahead and reach out to me. I'll get you my booking link. We'll get on the calendar with you. We'll get on the calendar with your merchant and help you win the business. So anyway, thanks so much for joining today. Everyone have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you next week. See ya.